Lilo and Stitch from 2002 follows the story of Lilo Pelekai, a young Hawaiian girl struggling with loneliness and social challenges, and Stitch, an experimental alien creature engineered for chaos and destruction. The film opens by establishing Lilo's isolated world, marked by the absence of her parents, the difficulty of forming friendships, and her struggle to navigate societal expectations. Through Lilo, the narrative explores themes of empathy, resilience, and relational responsibility, emphasizing that heroism is not only about physical strength or intelligence, but also about emotional courage, moral understanding, and the capacity to build meaningful connections in the face of adversity. Stitch is introduced as Experiment 626, a genetically engineered creature designed for mischief, destruction, and escape from authority. His initial behavior is driven by instinct and programming, creating chaos wherever he goes, but his encounters with Lilo provide the catalyst for transformation. The narrative emphasizes that identity, behavior, and moral choice are shaped by relational and environmental influences, illustrating that effective heroism and personal growth require guidance, empathy, and ethical engagement. Stitch's evolving relationship with Lilo highlights the interplay between innate abilities, learned behavior, and the ethical responsibilities that accompany power and capability. The central conflict arises from Stitch's pursuit by intergalactic authorities, including Captain Gontu, and his struggle to reconcile his destructive instincts with the relational bonds he forms on Earth. Lilo's determination to care for Stitch and teach him right from wrong challenges the boundaries of compassion, patience, and moral guidance. This conflict illustrates the film's ethical core. Heroism emerges from the capacity to act responsibly, nurture others' growth, and integrate personal strengths with moral accountability, even when faced with formidable opposition or complex challenges. Lilo's courage and perseverance exemplify the multidimensional nature of heroism, where intellect, emotional intelligence, and ethical clarity intersect. Action sequences are interwoven with emotional development, ensuring that physical events advance both plot and character growth. Chase sequences, fights against intergalactic pursuers, and Stitch's uncontrolled displays of strength highlight the integration of tactical skill, improvisation, and relational awareness. Each sequence underscores the narrative's assertion that heroism is not simply the exercise of power, but the principled use of abilities to protect others, foster trust, and achieve constructive outcomes. Stitch's learning process demonstrates that intelligence and skill, when guided by ethical understanding and relational bonds, can transform destructive potential into heroic action. Supporting characters provide relational grounding, emotional context, and narrative tension. Nanny, Lilo's older sister and guardian, embodies responsibility, ethical accountability, and the challenges of balancing personal desire with caregiving obligations. Her struggles with bureaucratic systems, social pressures, and familial loyalty highlight the complexity of moral and relational decision-making, emphasizing that heroism often requires resilience, patience, and ethical discernment. Secondary characters such as Jumba and Pleakley provide comic relief, strategic assistance, and opportunities for moral and ethical reflection, illustrating that collaborative intelligence and relational insight are integral to effective problem-solving. Humor, charm, and personality are central to the narrative, enhancing engagement while reinforcing character depth and thematic resonance. Lilo's eccentric behavior, Stitch's mischievous antics, and the idiosyncrasies of supporting characters provide both levity and insight into relational dynamics, highlighting the importance of creativity, emotional intelligence, and adaptability in navigating challenges. Humor functions as a narrative tool to demonstrate resilience, relational acuity, and cognitive flexibility, showing that heroism is as much about maintaining moral and emotional clarity as it is about achieving tangible objectives. The climax unites emotional, relational, and operational stakes as Lilo and Stitch face the potential loss of their bond due to intergalactic intervention and the pressures of social systems on Earth. Success requires the integration of empathy, strategic thinking, courage, and ethical discernment. Stitch's ultimate transformation from a creature of chaos to a responsible, morally aware being demonstrates that heroism encompasses personal growth, relational responsibility, and the capacity to make ethical choices that benefit others. Lilo's unwavering support reinforces that effective heroism is relational, requiring patience, moral courage, and the willingness to nurture and guide others toward ethical and constructive behavior. Lilo and Stitch succeeds by blending heartfelt character development, imaginative science fiction elements, and thematic exploration of morality, empathy, and relational intelligence. The film illustrates that heroism encompasses emotional courage, ethical awareness, intelligence, and relational insight, emphasizing that navigating complex challenges requires the integration of skill, moral clarity, and interpersonal understanding. Through Lilo and Stitch's journey, the narrative explores the consequences of choice, the transformative power of compassion, and the multidimensional nature of heroism, demonstrating that true courage arises from principled, empathetic, and relationally informed action in both ordinary and extraordinary circumstances.